Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of my Yeovil FM14 career. And what a season I have just had. I finished 7th in the league, my first season back in the Premiership after of course getting relegated, then going invincible last season and getting promoted. But 7th place, it's just crazy. I won half my games, 19 victories, 6 draws and 13 defeats. 62 goals scored and 48 conceded. My defence was a bit dodgy against the big teams, conceded quite a few big goals against big teams. But an impressive 63 points. Getting into Europe, just about on goal difference, finishing 7th thanks to 2 of the teams in the top 6 winning the Cups anyway. So yeah, European football to look forward to. I've won the 3rd place playoff already. Got to win my Euro playoff against Motherwell and then I get into the groups. I forgot to save the game at the end of the season, unfortunately, so you can't see the exact stats of all the players. I can show you who was top scorer and that sort of thing. But it was a pretty insane season. I'll just show you the fixtures going back a season. So, yeah, I mean, we were unbeaten, of course, last season in the Championship and went all the way up to this game against Southampton, where we finally lost 1-0. But we did score quite a few goals at times in some games. Beat Norwich 3-2, but we did lose against the big teams. A 4-3 defeat against Hull there. I mean, sometimes my defence was just hopeless. I had a fantastic attacking array of players, as I showed you in the last video, all the signings I made. Defence was a bit weak though, and I did struggle, like 3 goals conceded against Liverpool and Tottenham, 3 against Southampton there, 4-4 draw against Everton in the FA Cup there. It was pretty crazy. 5-4 defeat against Leicester. That was bloody irritating, as you can imagine. Some big draws, 3-3, 2-2. Struggled towards the end of the season, but we held on and we managed to get a European place, which I'm just over the moon about. It could bite us in the foot, of course, in terms that we may focus on Europe and miss out on the league. Even though when you play 2 teams, somehow you still struggle in the league, despite using different players. But never mind. Wickham was top scorer for me. Not done so well at the start of this season, actually 6.23 average rating, but he has been fantastic. Last season, 21 goals, 20 goals in the league, finished 3rd top scorer in the Premiership. And a 7.14 average rating gave him my Yeovil Fans Player of the Year award, which I find impossible to get a striker to win that thing. It's usually a centre-back, so that's a miracle in itself. This season he's really struggled so far for whatever reason. I don't know why, but hopefully we'll improve up against Yeovil in a bit, playing them soon. But Wickham, yeah, we'll see what happens. I might try him out in a different attacking role. Sometimes teams just figure you out and you have to change things around. But this is the tactic I've been using. It does vary. I can't tell you, I can't give you a tactic download because I do change it up a bit and adapt to who I'm playing. And if I see things going wrong, then I change it. So there's not perfect by any means. So I wouldn't advise using this. I mean, you can give it a go. Maybe it'll work really well for you, but I do change it around quite a bit. And that's what you have to do, especially since FM13, you have to adapt. It's all about adapting, and even more so on this game. You can't just have a click and play tactic where you download it and it will work and you'll win 4-0 every game. That's not going to happen. You really do have to be very adaptable. Anyway, I'll show you the signings that I've made thus far. I've got a few more days left. I probably won't make any more. If I do, I'll tell you about it in the next update, which will of course be the end of this season. But only one player I actually bought for with cash. I sold 5.1 million worth of players and bought 6.5 million worth of players. So I didn't have that much money to spend. I think I had 8 million, but of course a lot of that goes when I offer bigger contracts and also agent fees and that sort of thing. I decided to sell Shane Ferguson because he was okay. He was a good left back. And thinking about it, maybe I should have kept him because I've got Cole back at left back and Cohen can play there as well, but I don't really have a specialist left back, and I haven't done so for a while. And even Shane Ferguson he's not really a specialist left back either. He plays better in left midfield, I think. Sold this guy, I can't pronounce the name, Abdul Rahman, who actually had a couple of good seasons with me and looks very good. And maybe I should have sold him for more, but I've got so many wingers, he wouldn't play in a way that would make him happy. He would be coming off the bench occasionally, maybe the odd start, and I just thought I'd move him on just for the benefit of his career in a way. I'm a nice guy like that. Nene's gone, he's retired actually. Ledesma's gone on a free, as this guy. McAnnis has gone. Sold Gazzaniga because I brought in Wayne Hennessy, as I'll show you in a minute. Sold Shane Duffy for $500,000 because I have really strengthened the defence because I needed to. Decided, obviously that's my weak point last season in certain games. And even though I didn't concede masses of goals, it definitely needed to be improved. And a few other players going out on loan. So coming into the team was this guy, Krejci, on a free. Looks pretty decent. Strange when players have really high pace but low acceleration. So they take a bit of time to get going. I suppose they're a bit like rhinos. Once they're going, they're absolutely bombing. But he looks like a decent player, and for free, you can't really argue with that. Also, Duarte, coming from Ajax. Got 9 caps for Holland, so definitely a decent winger. Or central midfield. I'll probably be playing him central midfield because I've got a lot of wingers. But he's pacey, he's got good free kicks, he's decent crossing and dribbling, and yeah, he looks like a good player. And once again, on a free, you can't really lose. This guy, another Dutchman, he looks fantastic defensively. Amazing long shots as well. I don't really understand why he's not got a cap for Holland when people like Heitinga can end up with 90 caps. But this guy's immense, and I was comparing him. And my assistant believes he's better than Vincent Kompany now, and Kompany's only 31. He's got 3.5 stars, so it shows how my team has really improved quite dramatically. But my 2 centre-backs are actually my best players now in the team. Raj Turul, right back, needed a right back. Just Shitov and Vermilj and the other guy that had on loan just weren't good enough, and hopefully this guy will be decent. Once again, another player on a free. Stupidly, I gave him a 4-year contract. He's 31. I don't know why I did that. I can always move him on. I can't talk. Move him on. Because he's on 18k. He's not on masses. So hopefully, if I do maybe need to move him on after 2 seasons, then I will. Wayne Hennessy on a free. He's actually better than Rudd. So, and yeah, attributes-wise, he's just a bit better all round. So on a free, I thought, yeah, let's give him a shout, give him a go and see what happens. And yeah, hopefully he'll be a good player. Also, Thiago Ilori, who I had on loan last season's come on a free as well from Liverpool. Portuguese, and he's a good solid defender. He's my 3rd choice defender. And Wolski as well on a free. He was injured for most of last season, and it was a bit of a gamble signing him, but he's actually had a good start to his career with me, and he has a few Polish caps and looks like a very good attacking midfielder. So I'm expecting big things from this guy. And lastly, the only player I actually signed, I didn't pay 6.5 million up front. That's 4.5 million up front, 2 million over instalments. Amazing defender, 4-star according to my assistant, if you look at those sort of things, but brilliant defender, fantastic, and he's worth 9 million, so I've actually had a good deal buying him for 6.5, I think. 4-year contract as well, tied him up long term, and he's come straight into the team and become my assistant captain behind Jedinak, who I probably won't play that often because I like to play Cohen in midfield. He's class, still wanted by someone. People have bid for him, but I don't want to sell him for 1.1 million because he's a good solid midfielder to have in my team. But anyway, that's about it really. That's my team. Hopefully I can push on, finish in a similar place, hopefully top 10. Have a decent run in the Europa League, maybe get out the group, we'll see what happens. But obviously I have to beat Motherwell first over 2 legs. I'm sure I can do that. Then I've got Bournemouth in the league coming up. they've got promoted. West Ham have gone down to the League One. It's awful. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please leave a like, and yeah, hopefully I can move on to bigger and better things with Yeovil and perhaps make the Champions League one day. I'm not saying this season, but maybe in a couple of seasons. We'll see. Anyway, I've got to go. I've got a quiche in the oven, and I like quiche.